It doesn't mute. And I'm like, what is that? Oh, wait. Never mind. I found the mute button. Hold on. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't mute.
Yay! I love that for me.
Presented by Cedar Sinai. Shifty work into the box. And across, it's in! Oh, it's LaRue! It's a dream return!
Welcome to Casual FC, an Angel City match preview pod and footy therapy pod, featuring two podcast-certified footy therapists. I'm your host, Mario Salazar. And why did I put my initials as MA? Whatever.
You were channeling M.A. Vignola.
With my troubleshooting co-host, Angela Morales. Tonight has been a night.
It has been a night.
It has been a night.
Technology is not working in our favor. We are doing the best we can. Like, my day started with me closing my front door on two of my fingers. So, yep. And that's after yesterday going to put something in like the outside trash can and the lid smashing my hand. This hand hurts.
Yeah, and we've had so many technical difficulties just trying to get on and record this thing. Not even on.
It's for show.
It's for show. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it in for show. All right, so this is our match preview episode for the match against the Houston Dash on Saturday, April 12th. It's going to be at Shell Energy Stadium, so our Angels are flying to muggy, humid Houston. The game will be at 2 p.m. here in LA. Broadcast schedule is going to be on NWSL Plus. Yeah, that's what they're calling it. The NWSL streaming platform. And
it's on Plus.
And on Paramount Plus. Apparently everything streaming is Plus. Okay. And
Plus.
Paramount Plus. It's also going to be on iHeartRadio, so listening to Isaac and Tracy, our two favorite people that if you can't watch the game, you can't be at the game, just got to listen to them, and it's going to feel like you're there. There is an official watch party, and it's going to be at Common Space Brewery, which is in Hawthorne at 3411 El Segundo Boulevard, and the start time is going to be at 1 p.m. This is the official one hosted by Angel City, and it is family and dog friendly.
Yeah, I will say Common Space is an amazing space, but if you want to park, you got to get your ass there early. Like, the parking is a rough sitch.
Okay.
It's fine if you're just going to chill, but every time I've tried to go to a watch party there, it's bonkers.
All right, so there you go.
Absolutely bonkers.
Get there early.
So they're so early.
We've had an international break, so our last episode was kind of a half episode because we did our recap, had no preview to Taco, and now we've got the preview to Taco, but we have no recap. Although we do have some exciting stuff that happened with this internet break.
Yeah. So one, we dropped our 100th episode. I cried for an hour. Mario cried for 20 minutes. Like, we were unwell. I screenshot a picture of me, like, you know, my sleeves are pulled up. I'm like covering my face, just like big weepy mess. But thank you so much, just in general. Thank you. Every single person who's listened to 5 minutes of an episode. Mario, thank you so much. Like, we're not going to cry tonight. I just want to say thank you.
It was very special. It was nice to hear from so many people. It was just good times all around, and it just kind of makes us want to keep going, keep doing these.
Yeah.
Figuring out these stupid technical difficulties and signing up for a free trial somewhere else to record our video.
Just to record.
It's a mess.
Tonight's a mess. But yeah, so during this international break, we've had a wild ride. I also, really quick, I've been meaning to talk about Launch Break on the podcast for 6 months. And I keep forgetting. So this sweatshirt, Launch Break, is a new network that started last year that I'm an ambassador for, like board of directors ambassador for female athletes, whether it's college, pro, semi-pro, whatever, ask me about it. I'll get you a link to get signed up. It's just another way to network with other women, other athletes. And it's so much fun. It's building, there's networking availabilities, job boards, just friends. And everybody's really cool because this is a room you want to be in and they want you there and it's awesome. So if you have any questions, just DM us, let me know, or DM me privately, whatever. You know how to find me. But that's it. So I can kind of now return to like civilization because Sunday was the women's final college basketball game. UConn won in a shocking ass kicking of South Carolina. But at the same time, there was some divine intervention on UConn's side, I'm sure, with the Kobe of it all, with the Gigi of it all. Mario, if you don't know, Gigi Bryant would have been on UConn.
Oh.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
scouted for UConn. She was going, yeah, it's a whole thing. And Paige's mom, Paige Becker's mom, her hotel room number was 824. So, you know,
the vibes were there. Yeah.
The vibes were there. The curse is broken. Gino's curse is broken. It's okay. So, yeah, I guess I have to be a normal person again. Women's college basketball season is over, but in a month, professional basketball starts.
Yeah. Did you see that post? I think it was from CBS where they showed that there was a near perfect bracket, that there was someone who basically only got one wrong. And it was like one of the first round matches. Like they just had one
like
team
the play-in games.
Whoa. Yeah, but like everything else was right.
Wow.
So I was like,
that's insane. I hope they put money on it. I hope it wasn't one of the free ones. I hope somebody won a lot of money for that. But yeah, so now it's solely soccer for a month for me. And then it's back to basketball and soccer for the rest of summer. But I'm super excited. I was at the national team game at SoFi on Saturday. It was it was like the most beautiful spring day. Like mid-high 70s, breezy, sunny, like LA to a T. It was perfect. Even I got there early. There was one meet and greet with Tobin Heath that we were like, I mean, Tobin's legit, but that line is going to be 9 million people long. And then we saw on Friday night that Ali Krieger was going to be at another pop-up. And he said, come meet me, blah, blah, blah. We were like, yo, Kriegs, let's go. I wear my Becky Sauerbrunn jersey. Eva wears her Ali Krieger fan club shirt. We're going over to the Centrum, like the vitamins, the all-in-one vitamin company that's been around for a million years. Like my grandma took Centrum vitamins. That's who makes Flintstones vitamins. That's what's up. So we're like, cool, let's go. Kobe Jones ends up being there too. So we were like, oh, okay, soccer stars of years gone by, you know, like this is neat. And then they're like, oh yeah, this isn't a meet and greet. And everybody's like, what? The whole line is, excuse me? So it was like a whole big thing. They're like, wait, did you guys think this was going to be a meet and greet? And it says, when something says, come meet me at this, guess what? So it ends up being like a whole thing. You can spin a prize wheel. You can do a 360 camera. You can like, you know how they have like the goals set up?
Yeah. So it's just an activation
thing over and you have to like, yeah, you have to fix or try and score in the little like circles. They have that. Kriegs is there. She's putting on a good time. And like the Centrum, like the poor employees, like that team was so stressed because they're like, why is everybody freaking out? And we're here to see Ali Krieger. I don't give a shit about your vitamins. It was one of those where they were not prepared. And Eva looks at one of the women there. She's, if you guys are going to do this, you might as well just set up a table for a meet and greet and get security. And she was like, what? Why? Like, why are people so like excited? And we're like, it's Ali Krieger. You're at a women's soccer game. Do you like what is happening? Eva and our other friend Alex are in line. I'm like taking pictures and just being nice, whatever. I'm not gonna kick a soccer ball. I'm not going to because I can't. My body and my brain don't match up. So Eva's in line with Alex. She starts talking to Allie Krieger. Allie's here. Let me teach you. She's like, I'm a musician. I don't play sports. She's like, I'll give you a soccer lesson right now. Because as we have mentioned on this show before, she has her coaching license. I think she's class B. Like she's not like she can't coach pro, but I think she can coach college. Like she's gotten up there. And she's amazing. She used to run soccer clinics like in the off season, that kind of thing. And so they have a whole conversation and she's like, I just want to thank you because you're the player that got me hooked on the national team. The national team is how I met my fiance. And Allie turns around, she goes, you're welcome. And I was like, thank you. And like, we have a picture of her turning around. It's a live photo that our friend took. That was like, you hear her going, you're welcome, and being all sassy about it. And then Eva gave her podcast stickers that had all of our, like, we made little like sandwich bags of all of the stickers to give away to people that like we wanted to give stickers to. And so we gave some and she's like, yeah, she's got a women's soccer podcast. This is what they talk about. And Allie turns around and goes, so what am I going to be on? I was like, when do you want? Like literally tomorrow? I don't care.
When we don't have these technical difficulties.
Yeah, exactly. But she came over, took pictures with us, gave us hugs. She's honestly exactly who you want her to be, who you think she is. She's so sweet, so kind, so giving with her time. Like full on spent like 5 minutes teaching Eva how to kick a soccer ball in like chunky rubber shoes, like not tennis shoes of any kind, and doing a freaking great job. And then we got a DM from Alicia, who's one of our listeners, was like, guys, Allie Riley, who we had given stickers and a scarf to at the jersey reveal event, posted the Thompson Time sticker, this one.
Oh, you didn't give it to her there?
No, we gave it to her at the kit reveal. Like she had this guy and was like, yo, and what the hell? So then people start DMing us, how can I get stickers? They're going to get sent out hopefully this week, if not early next week, or find us at somewhere. I don't know. This weekend was insane.
I totally thought you like that was someone you saw and gave stickers to that day. Like you saw Allie Riley.
No, I gave those to her in January.
Thank you, Allie.
Or February, whenever that event was. That's when we gave it to her. Yeah. So thanks, Cap, for keeping those stickers. That's cool. So yeah, that's how Saturday went. And then the team won and we got to see Ethan and his wife, Doug, Alyssa, Josie, and Alyssa's brother, who we were good friends with.
Josie won tickets to this one, right?
Yeah, doing trivia at the game. So that was super cool. I mean, we were planning to meet up with the four of them anyway, but like still, it's still fun to just be like, oh, hey, there's my friends. Alex, like I said, like we met up with so many people that we knew, new friends. Like it was just, I just love this community around soccer. It's so fun. We had a great time. And I don't think I mentioned this. If you've been watching my Instagram stories, you saw some intel and not intel, but like behind the scenes pictures because I got through one of the groups I'm a part of, I went on a tour hosted by US Soccer of SoFi. So like we were on the pitch, we got to go in like the press box and like all different kinds of stuff. So it was very, very fun. I learned a lot, met a lot of cool people. But yeah, this last week has been very soccer laden and it was very fun.
You had a fun week. Yeah.
I did. It was a very good time. Yeah, that's it. I'm tired. We just finished. It's Tuesday night. We just finished watching the national team lose at the last minute. Whatever. They made a good point in the post game of Emma's just, I have to play these players sometimes. Like people got to get reps. People got to get caps. It's fine. Yeah. No one's concerned. I mean, Brazil played a hell of a game. They scouted us really well between Saturday and today, which is fun, but not great when it comes to how we also scout a team.
Yeah. Well, Angela had an epic international break. We had some of our Angel City players out on international break. So Alyssa had some amazing
she's a grown-up.
Giselle got in today, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she played the full game. She didn't play on Saturday.
No, she didn't play on Saturday, no. And then we have Kennedy and Casey Fair out, and they played each other. And then we also have a bunch of people that were on training camp. So Fuller was in the training camp. So was and Angelina, and there's one
Savvy.
Savvy was on. So we had people out.
Yeah.
even though we didn't have NWSL matches this week, we still had some Chaos Award. And the Chaos Award goes to Alana Kennedy coming back to us with a black eye.
Yep. Why not?
Why not?
Might as well bring back a souvenir.
If you guys didn't see it, there was this kind of comparison post, but I think by Attacking Third, where it was like, in classic Alana fashion, she's like checking out her injury on the big screen.
Yeah.
You see her like she got hit. I didn't watch the match, so I didn't see how she got hit or whatever. But her whole like cheek there's a shiner, like it's gonna bruise up. And she's just kind of looking up at the screen. Like you see her, the camera's trained on her. She's just like using it like as a big mirror, like just trying to.
And that's not the first time that's happened. It's like the second time exact scenario.
There was another one where she's in the yellow kit for Australia. And then she's doing the same thing with a big old gash in her nose. And she's just, let me, where's the camera? Let me turn around.
Like, how bad is it?
Yeah. And then both times you see her go, okay. So, chaos ensues no matter what is going to, as long as these players are on the pitch, there's going to be something that happens. So, yeah, we had that. Quick roundabout of the scores from the last week in the NWSL before we get into our match preview is, as I scroll down, all right. So over that last week, we had a 2-0 win from Washington over Bay. We had a 0-0 tie with Houston and Gotham, which we're going to play Houston next. We had a 2-1 win from Orlando to San Diego. KC won over Utah 3-0. Portland and North Carolina tied 0-0. Chicago again lost. They are not having a good start to the season so far.
It's really sad, like genuinely.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of whatever is going on with Mel Swanson, but I hope whatever it is, she's okay. She commented on Alex Morgan's post, and it's the first sign of life that we've seen. So, yeah, good vibes over to the Swanson household.
Yeah. So they lost to Racing. And then we had our win over Seattle. Now, if you want to hear the excitement and everything that went on, we have our last episode. We have a little kid screaming out, "Ref, you suck." It was all good. It was all good times. Good vibes in the stadium.
Yeah.
So go listen to that real quick if you want the recap. But the fun, great thing about all of this is that we are one of 3 teams that are undefeated.
Woo!
So I think it's Orlando and KC and us.
You know what? Yes. Please.
I will take it. You know what?
Last year, Bay FC did not have a draw. Let's not have a loss. Like, I'm fine being undefeated, even if we just tied the rest of the season.
You know what? Orlando and KC have a very different undefeated than we do. But you know what? Technically, we're still undefeated, and technically correct is still correct.
Yep, exactly. And I don't hate it. And we were also guests on the Noodle Time,
the Dispatch.
Dispatch. That's hard to say. Just before this, with watching the game, and I'm just really excited for this match.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this match with the Dash at Shell Energy Stadium on Saturday, because this is going to be a very interesting matchup. It's basically like Angel City 2.0. I feel like we're in this 2.0 era now, finally. Like, we're figuring some shit out.
Yeah.
Versus ACFC Light is what I was calling it with them. Because there's a lot of Angel City players, front office staff. There's a lot of folks from Angel City. Like, it's not a slight to either team. It's just, whoa. It's one of those where you're like, oh, that's where all our players went. Got it. Or that's where this happened. But they're also in a very big rebuilding stage. And it's going to be really interesting to see because, Houston is 1-1-1, a win, a loss, a draw. Do you remember that show, Win, Lose, or Draw?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah. Pictionary, but not really. Pictionary Light. For those of you who were born after like 1987, sorry, you're not going to get that because I think that show was off there by like 1995. But Houston is in a big rebuilding era. They're finding themselves again. They have new front office staff. They have a new GM. They're kind of like becoming their own entity out from under the Houston Dynamo. That's fun. That's a fun name. The Dynamo. It's like a pew. So they're in I'm losing it.
Yeah, it's that guy. This is shenanigan territory.
But they're in this era of we look great on paper. Can we finally make that happen on the pitch consistently? Again, they're big key things. We were talking to like the guys from the Dispatch. Like both of our teams need consistency.
Yeah.
They need lineup consistency, coaching consistency, front office consistency, just any level of consistency. We all need it collectively as two different groups. So I'm very curious because like we have to come out very aggressive on the ball, retaining possession. Like we have to be very offensively minded because we had so many people play internationally this last week. Yeah. And that's the cool thing about international breaks is that you find out who else on your team is very good because those players who were playing with their national teams, like Alyssa just played 75 minutes. I think she played a full 90 on Saturday. Like she'll probably sub in the second half, but like you do need a break.
Yeah. You
after that, because it's different. It's 2 games in a short period of time.
Yeah, and it's a Tuesday match right now, and then we have a Saturday match. So it's like it's short rest. It's I would actually be surprised if she starts and plays the full 90.
Yeah, same.
I would be middle of the road surprised if she starts, but then gets subbed out.
She'll probably get second half minutes because
that's what I'm thinking more
we got folks we could play.
Yeah.
Folks named Kristen Press. But Houston is hungry. Like Houston is they have a chip on their shoulder, rightfully. Like they're right now they're in a 5-way tie for 5th place, which puts them in like 9th place, which is what. But I mean, granted, we're 3 weeks into the season. It's not that serious. When you've been bottom of the table and you've had this weird rocky coaching history, like who am I talking about? Houston or Angel City? You've been bottom of the table. You've had interim coaches, full-time coaches, interim coaches, a front office that doesn't make sense, a coach that goes MIA physically or mentally, like all this kind of stuff. Like so much of what their team is going through is what our team is going through. And we're both at a stage of being like, do we got it or do we not got it? And I think we've got it. I don't know about Houston. I haven't been able to catch their games when I've been watching like full soccer weekends. So one of them is because it got delayed and it was on the same time as another game. And it ended up like just being a scheduling conflict. It's one of those, I'm curious about how this game is going to go. We have to come out very sharp. And I think it's going to be a big time for our young guns to step up.
Yes, it's definitely going to be time for our young guns to step up. It's definitely going to be time for I know we already talked about this, not liking the second string moniker, but our backups, our depth pieces. There we go. Our depth pieces are going to get some more playing time, right? And so we're going to maybe rely on them a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be a really good matchup because after talking to the guys from getting that insight of, look, they had a couple of players on international duty, but they don't really have a lot of their starters that were on international duty. We have a few of our starters and a few of our depth pieces that were out for international duty. So where are we going to start filling these things in, right?
Right. And we even had coaches called up. Like,
Ellery got the call up, which is great. And but it'll be interesting to see. And I think it's going to be a fun matchup. It's going to be a fun matchup because I think we're both in the same place. We're both in the same, like you were saying, the same mentality, the same rebuilding, the same we want to prove what we can actually do. And,
Right.
we talked about the Angela Hughley's like power moves that happened like as soon as she left. And we're like, what the hell? We needed those. So like all those power moves that happened over there and how they were rebuilding it. And I think it's just going to be a fun matchup. I'm excited for it. I really hope that my schedule does not deter me from actually watching this. A 2 p.m. game with some kids, and we've got like other kid activity thing. That's hard.
Yeah, I think like I'm curious to see who is in our lineup, but I have theories. I'm excited to talk about them. For Houston, though, their whole team is good. Like we talked about this in the season preview. You got Messiah Bright, you have Paige Nielsen, you have Yasmin Ryan, who she might be on limited minutes because she was playing tonight. You have Gianna Ordonez, who's coming back off an injury, but she didn't travel with the Mexico team. You just have really good players. And they were resting, which is scary. And that's the hard thing with rest is that it's like you have these great players and you put them, you rest. Yeah, you're still training, you're still working out, whatever, but it's different than it breaks the routine.
Yeah. The momentum, it's a momentum breaker. Yes, it's good. It's like when you have like when you fall asleep like really deeply and then you end up sleeping for 10 hours. And then when you wake up, you're like extra tired because you slept too long, or like you have a headache because you slept too long.
Yes.
It's that type of thing. Yes, the sleep was good, but ultimately,
but where am I?
So the question will be, one, who's going to be starting, and two, the momentum. Has this affected our momentum? Because like we said, once again, undefeated.
Yep. Yeah. So it'll be very interesting. Like, I'm pulling up our notes from the preseason recap or pre-cap, whatever we were calling it. Preview. There's a
Outlook.
word. Thank you. The future cast. I don't know. Like I'm looking at, like you have Kristen Westphal, who's insanely good. You have Danielle Colaprico, who I will talk about forever because she's going to be on my fantasy team every season. She is an insanely underrated defender. We all know I have a thing for defense. I just love it.
We have a t-shirt that says I love defense.
Yes, I just love defense. I love it. It's such a game changer. It's such like a powerhouse and I love it. But I mean, Allie Krieger's one of my favorite soccer players of all time. Duh, I love defense. I have a Becky Sauerbrunn kit. Yes, I love defense. Is it flashy? No. But when a center back saves a goal, guess what? You remember. You freaking remember. You have, like I said, Messiah Bright, Tercienne, who played, I don't know if she played tonight. I didn't even see. I think she did. I think she subbed in late. But she played on Saturday. We got to see her up close and personal. How she didn't get 2 yellows. She got 1. She almost got 2. They got chippy on Saturday. Like I was ready for like hair pulling to start. It was that kind of chippy. Oh my gosh, chill out guys. It's a friendly. But you could definitely tell there was some leftover Olympic frustration from both teams. But I'm looking at these pickups in this roster and like Houston is building something great. And it's not something that should be discounted, even though they were bottom of the table last season. Because it's trending that if you're at the bottom of the table within 2 years, you win a championship. So like Houston's different. Houston is a very different team. They're being like, it feels like this team is being rebuilt from literally the ground up. Better community outreach, better fan base encouragement. You know, there's a reason to fight for this and the FO knows it now.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I mean, we could talk about Paige on this podcast for 1,000 years. We probably will, because anytime we play Houston, I'm going to talk about Paige, because if we don't mark her, she will score on us, because I would too if I got traded like that.
Yeah.
There's different rumors. Yeah, like different everything about how and why and when and who. But like regardless, it was apparent she was not mentally prepared to be traded. And whatever that is, whatever those reasons were, I still don't like them because we're still short center backs. But it is what it is. I'm always happy to see her play. She's a wonderful human. So, you know, it's one of those things where we talk about with women's soccer and women's sports, we follow players a lot more than we follow teams. And this is for me and for a lot of the folks that listen to this podcast and a lot of Angel City fans. Like one of my friends bought, well, she listens to the podcast too. That's how we're friends, but we're friends also. But she bought a Angel City kit with the number 7. Because well, that's the number that Paige wears in Houston, with the rainbow kit, and it says Paige's last name on it. It was like, ooh, okay, fine. I'm not gonna wear your kit, but I'll wear this version of your kit. You know, and it's that kind of thing where it's like, no matter what, Paige is ours.
Yeah. I think this kind of goes back to like my whole not buying, like refusing to buy player kits. I love Paige. Paige was amazing. She was a rock. She was, I love following her on social media. Her sister is great, and the family is amazing. Please take it easy on us. You know, we love you. It was just some weird shit with the front office, but you don't go here anymore. I'm sorry, but you don't go here anymore. Like, it was a shitty way for you not to be here anymore.
Yeah.
But you're
like,
not.
I do not condone what happened, but now that we're here and that you scored on us and we lost that game, I don't know you like that.
Yeah. Like I always say, it's really fun to be at a match, to have the banter, to have the fun. Like, let's have a beer before the game. Let's have a beer, reminisce after the game. Win, loss, draw, doesn't matter on whose side it is. But whistle to whistle,
I don't know
you're wearing the wrong kit.
Yep.
Like, you know?
Yeah. And granted, I will say I feel exactly the same way. I don't know her.
Yeah.
But like, I respect the shit out of her.
Yeah. Yeah. Whistle to whistle. I'm like, expletive, you know, and then I turn around and I see that there's little kids around me and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But
my bad.
But,
teach your kids how language works. Like,
if you keep them away from the bad words, they just want to use them more.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly. But no, I think this matchup is going to be very interesting because Houston for me is a big unknown right now. I've seen clips, I've seen little things, but I haven't seen enough to be like, yeah, we're going to win, or yeah, they're going to whatever. I hope we win. I would like us to stay undefeated. If we have to draw to do that, that's fine. But I would prefer 3 points and maybe like win by a couple goals. So we bring back like a more positive goal differential.
Yeah. At least we're not like hemorrhaging in like goal differential this year so far. So I think
we're not. God bless the stars. Like, though, that poor team right now.
We're trending in a good, positive way. So
yeah,
that's
we're +1.
That's all we can actually ask for, is just keep the trend going.
Mm-hmm.
We'll write it out. We'll write it. You know, we just got to get to the playoff.
Exactly. Right now, and just as a reminder, we are in sole ownership of 4th place. That's the last team that has sole ownership of anything. But when it comes to Angel City, I know we've talked about Alyssa a lot, but damn, she's
if you
different.
watched any of these matches during the break,
different this year. Eva and I were talking about it the other night. She's back home with her family in New Jersey, so I'm not sure if she's gonna be able to watch the game. But like, AT is different. We've watched this girl grow up. You watched a high school senior become a World Cup caliber player in 5 seconds. I'm getting teary-eyed, but it's because my allergy meds are wearing off. I'm actually not crying for the first time maybe in my life. But like, legit, I can't breathe.
Yeah, no, but you're right. We've seen Alyssa go from super hyped prospect, super hyped just family, because I mean, we've signed her sister too, like before she got scooped
And
up by
their
anybody
other
else.
little sister is in like she's in the youth soccer programs for the country. So
Third one?
yes, there's more. Be afraid, y'all. I just cracked open. I just cracked open my Capri Sun. I hadn't done it yet.
But yeah, we saw her from this like amazing prospect. Granted, the last couple years haven't necessarily been the best winning environment to kind of keep
they have
things
not
going.
allowed her to really flourish, but
you saw inklings there. Then we got last year was the year of the yips. But as we said, to counterbalance the whether it was the yips or whether it was the just kind of like refinement and trying to fine tune what she was seemingly lacking, from her game, she more than made up by becoming an amazing assist.
She took a season that wasn't necessarily going her way when it came to scoring and finding those opportunities, which we now know the whole team felt like everything was forced, which makes complete sense. Looking back, everything felt forced.
Yeah.
We even said it a few times, but she took a season that wasn't necessarily going her way and said, okay, what can I do to help? And leaned into that and said, okay, I'm not scoring. Can I help other people score? Can I get myself in the right position? Can I draw the defense to open somebody up and find a little slot to get them the ball? That kind of thing. So like that alone is resilience. And she is the face of resilience this season. It's being talked about all over the place after Saturday because it was like, oh shit, that is an adult. Like it's the kind of thing where you saw this player, she's coming out of the gates this season, lighting it up essentially, like 2 goals, an assist. We joked about, yeah, absolutely. Go, Kennedy Fuller assist to Alyssa goal and then switch off. Let's just do that all season. Cake. Yeah. I love it. Give us more. Do that. But then she goes to the national team, gets the call up, gets the opportunity again, shows up and shows out and said, this is my spot, essentially.
Yeah.
And took it. And watching her at SoFi was insane because I was like, our little girl has grown up. One of my good friends from college up in the Bay Area, she's a Bay FC season ticket holder, but like Angel City was her first team. Like the way we talk about folks where it's like Portland was my first team, but now Angel City is my team.
Yeah.
But, we were her first team. She's always, and she's a huge Sid fan. So it's like very, very poignant. But she texted me when the game first started because we scored in the first 30 seconds tonight. But she's like, why am I screaming? Let's go, baby girl. Come on. She's my child. And I was like, because she is. We just watched this girl grow up in a matter of hours, it felt like. But she is a completely different player. The poise on the pitch is different. She's just solid. There's no doubt in her play. There's no hesitation in making a pass or shooting the ball. That's it. That's all. Alyssa Thompson, everybody. Again, I'm not crying. I just can't breathe.
All right. Well, next on your list, you had Savvy.
Yeah, I did have Savvy because she's just great. And she had time. Like, I'm so curious to see how she and Sarah worked in this week off.
Well, she was with the national team
dang,
training camp.
She was. I forgot about that. And we talked about it 5 minutes ago. But even still, I don't know how, like, where was that camp also? Do we know?
It was with the national team. Like, it was with the senior team. I think they were all training in the same place.
Really? Because she was with U23, wasn't she?
Yeah,
she wasn't.
Yeah, but that was. I think that was. I don't know. I don't know honestly, but I think that was Emma's strategy and goal was. That's why there were all the call-ups for the U19s, the U20, U23.
Oh, interesting.
Were because to have all of them together, to get all of the coaching staffs looking at them all at once, being able to kind of really assess who's ready to make the move up. And
I mean, that would be very smart. But regardless, I'm curious to see how the week off conversations, because still the team's talking to each other. They're not just, oh, I don't know her for a week. I'm curious how that partnership.
We've mentioned the fact that Savvy and Gordon are setting up to be our solid centers there in the back line, but they haven't necessarily had a ton of face time, right? They, they said like you were there, they said in the presser after the first game, hey, we've only had half a scrimmage to play with each other and get to know each other and get to know each other in like play style and everything like that, right? So having that still being like, look, these are the minutes on the pitch are the minutes that you've had really beyond like training, but we've talked about training and game completely different. And then now she went on to national team training during this international break. So there's another gap of like her and Sarah not being able to.
But I'm also curious because they might not have been working together, but I wonder what that conversation was Savvy working with other people. Oh, what if we do this? There's always that collaboration of, okay, I just learned something new. How can we make this cool? Yeah. And that's the best part. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we have a very cool week of training and we come out in Houston and we just have this stupid defense. Granted, I always want stupid defense, but stupid positive, not stupid derogatory defense. But no, I love watching her play. And this is kind of like a loosey-goosey episode. I didn't pull up all the stats and everything, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. But I'm just excited for soccer, guys. Like it's very much a shenanigans in that sense. But
guys, her focus is on soccer right now. March is over. There's no more basketball at the moment.
I know I have a month off. You get me but I need this like recovery week. No, I'm just so curious how our team is going to show up this weekend because so many folks aren't going to be starting necessarily. Alyssa's not going to start. Giselle's not going to start, which will be interesting because we'll most likely see Maria as the other winger in the back.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And or Hannah Johnson, which I'm okay either way. That's dope. Alana Kennedy probably won't start, which will be interesting because I don't know who would fill that spot. Either Macy Hodge would be my first guess, Katie Zellum, Macy Hodge. And then, I mean, I don't see a reason not to start Kristen Press. Everyone's foaming at the mouth. I think this is the best option. Get us hot, get us started. Like start hot. Just crank the heat up. And
you had that wonderful offside goal, but it was the glimpse of like, when you put her in, we can have this. So hopefully,
like when
more
Kristen
solid.
Press eats, we all eat, that kind of thing. Let her fly. Let her have this goal. Let her dance on the pitch. Like it's just, there's certain players that when they score, it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. A Kristen Press goal both makes you feel like you're on top of the world and slightly hurts your feelings because it's so good. I don't, honestly, like we talked about it, I think season 1, where she learned how to adjust her stride so that when she's going to kick the ball, it's in stride. It's in her running stride. So you don't know when she's actually going to shoot. She just does. And not all players do that. Some people have to make a very specific movement or
like the stutter step to like get into the right motion.
No, she's just in running stride, like 1, 2, like 1, 2, 3 triple D. That's what it feels like. I do love the Mighty Ducks, but I really
she pulls that puck whenever she needs to. Like
it's one of those. She has a bag of tricks that nobody like ever doesn't like. Nobody is upset when they get pulled out. Nobody's upset.
There's one more trick shot that they had in the Mighty Ducks.
It's a triple D, the knuckle puck, and then
I get the flying
I don't know.
V. No.
Well, flying V.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Flying V is a big time. Now I want to watch Mighty Ducks, but I'm going to go to bed after we finish recording. But then, I'm just curious what our lineup is going to be. We're not going to have the same lineup as the first 3 games. Just go in knowing that, because like I said, yes, we need consistency, but you don't run your players into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
And
now that we have the full text of the new CBA. You're not doing that.
yeah.
It's illegal.
It'll be interesting also because we've talked about this idea of you change more than
Mm-hmm.
3 of your core players, then the system starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
So will the system start to fall apart, or have they been able to adjust and plan for this ahead of time to say, hey, look, we
Yeah.
got to start working on these formations and lineups in anticipation of not having certain players.
Which would
you
be
know.
the smart thing, genuinely.
Yes.
And like this week, they already are going to know their starting lineup. So like they're going to be practicing in that formation to prepare for this. I'm just curious. I'm very excited because I like it. Everybody knows I like it when teams get weird. I like it when they have to pull stuff out of their back pocket, ace up their sleeve, that kind of thing. What's going to be the thing? Like, I really feel like this game is going to be a game that, like, it's one of those prove yourself kind of games. Do we have it? Do we got it? Or is like Elijah Dishku from Bring It On in her hotel room going to lean out and be like, you don't got it? Is that what this is going to be? Because I don't think it is. I think this is going to be a really gritty game. Both Houston and us are very gritty teams. And I think it's going to be like, who digs deeper and who gets there faster? Because that's going to be the team who wins. That's it. That's my stuff.
All right. Our history with the team.
Yes. Our history with the team is also very equally matched, which is frustrating. Our record against Seattle is very skewed. And hey, we evened it out a little bit. We had a lot of losses because of the Challenge Cup stuff, whatever. Yeah. Against Houston, we have 1 win, 1 loss, and 4 draws. So, okay, we essentially are even across the board with them.
Yeah. It goes to show how, like,
one of those was heartbreaking, but
even though we at times probably had a better team, they had, they were struggling. They've been struggling a lot longer than we have, but we've also not been immune to things, right? So
yeah. With
all that being said, I mean, look at the overall record, and we've been pretty evenly matched over the years. So it's like not, I hope this is a fun matchup, and like even if it's a draw, it ends up being like a fun draw, not not a slog, type thing. Although it is going to be freaking humid and all that good stuff. So, but it's going to be like 85, 90 degrees at kickoff, like at 4 p.m. Ew. So I don't go to Texas. Like it was funny in one of the women's sports discords I'm in. Somebody was like, "Yeah, that's why I don't go to Texas." Just like kind of being like, "Ugh, Texas," because TCU women's basketball and Texas, University of Texas, were playing each other, and everybody's like, "Can both teams lose?" Because I hate Texas. And so one person's like, "Hey, sorry, our government sucks." It's, no. It's the weather. It's the bugs. It's nothing that has to do with the reality of things that are happening in Texas. Like, no, I just legitimately hate Texas, and yeah. I don't like it there. It's sticky. Yeah. It's muggy. Muggy is the word. It's just it's muggy. Feels like soup. One of those things, like when I've traveled to, like when I've flown down to like Central America, you go to the tropics where people are from, and then you step out of that plane, it's just a wall of like humidity. You're swimming through the air, and like my heritage is from here, but my body is not. Yeah. All right. Well, this has been a recap for our matchup. Again, it's going to be on Saturday, the 12th, versus the Houston Dash down in Houston, Shell Energy Stadium. It's going to be a 2 p.m. kickoff for us. So it's 4 p.m. in Houston. It's going to be on Paramount Plus and the NWSL Plus app. And if you can't can't watch them and you can't be there, listen to that. On iHeartRadio, listen to Isaac and Tracy. It's going to be great. They will make you feel like you're there. And again, there is an official watch party from Angel City at Common Space Brewery down in Hawthorne. The start time is at 1 for them, as Angela said. Go early if you intend to go, because parking is probably going to be a pain in the ass.
They usually have food vendors too, just regularly at Common Space, but they may have more, and then we'll post any others that we find out about.
Yeah, it is family and dog friendly, so it'll be a really nice time there. I have seen a couple of other watch parties by SGs, and we'll be sharing those out in due time for going up to the match. So keep an eye on our socials, and you'll find out other places to watch. And yeah,
I saw the thought fly out of your head. Gone forever.
Gone forever. What it was, I have no clue right now.
All right, everybody. If you like what you hear and you want more of this shenanigans, usually we're a little bit more organized, but hey, whatever. It's weird. Hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening. We always appreciate listeners and engagement and all the good stuff. You can check out casualfc.com for all of the podcast links, all of the million places that we're streaming, because Mario checks all the boxes when he uploads this. So we are on the internet. As we said last episode, our 100th episode, the internet is forever. I'm crying on it forever. I'm like, please don't meme me, but also meme me. Like, please.
If there happens to be time and there happens to be a supercut of Angela crying, that may be something down the road. I'm not making any promise.
Just sobs for an hour. Oh, geez. And that's not even from the 100th episode. Anyway, casualfc.com has all the things you need. If you don't catch any other link that I'm about to talk about, all the things are there. We're also on YouTube, which is super cool. I was like a super YouTube watcher when YouTube like barely started. And then like I've stopped using YouTube for 15 years. And now I'm just like, oh, right, YouTube. And I forgot because there's a lot of cool shit on YouTube. I'm a goner. Anyway, social media, follow us at Casual FC Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. You can find us on Blue Sky at casualfc.com because you can customize it because they're cool over there. Discord. We've had a couple new folks join the Discord. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good time. It's been a little quiet, but get ready because this weekend is going to be a lot. We've got channels for the various matches that are going on, Angel City specific matches, the rest of the league has their own. Like we get the convo going. It's going to be fun. I will be home watching the game. So expect me to be sitting here on my iPad, typing away, keyboard mashing, yelling about everything. So come hang out in the Discord, meet some cool people. And yeah, that's the coolest part about our little community is that we're a little bunch of weirdos and we have a lot of fun. So if you want to support the pod in any other way, shape, or form, do what you can to subscribe and comment and post and repost and do all the things to engage with our content because that's how we feed the algorithm all the monies. And that's how we get other people seeing stuff. We had a few new people I saw today follow from one of the reels we posted. So that's always fun. More people are finding us and I'm just excited because now we're going to have more friends. So yeah, engagement's important, guys. It's really the only thing that gets us anywhere. If you're looking for merch, make sure you go to shop.casualfc.com to pick up our latest cool stuff, old cool stuff. The Thompson Time sticker. Stickers are not available on the shop. You can find us at games. We can send them to you, but stickers aren't available on the shop. However, there is a shirt with the Thompson Time Power Rangers logo, good stuff on there. So I'm just saying, maybe you should get that.
Yeah.
And if you order it soon, it should get here before the next home game because it's really quick.
Fairly fast, yeah.
Yeah, our shop has cool stuff, and I love it because Mario is a fantastic designer. Also, if you feel like you want to shoot us a couple bucks because you like what we do, even when we're delusional and bonkers like we are right now, you can go to the link in our bio to buy us a coffee, or you can go to buymeacoffee.com/casualfcpod. Drop us a few bucks. If you, for some unknown reason, want to make this a monthly donation, you can do that too. And just, it's whatever. If you want to, that's amazing. If you don't, that's cool too. Thank you for listening because that's what matters to me. Other than that, make sure you tell a friend about the pod, share it on your social media. Like I said, all of that engagement Means good luck for the team. We pack it up, ship it, send it to the team. We'll ship it off to Houston when they fly out, and then they'll have good luck in the locker room, and then we're going to win. Duh. So yeah, come hang out in the Discord. We'll see you real soon. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone. Bye.